morning, everybody. My name is Cody. Today we're going to be taking on core power class. A couple things to keep in mind before getting started. Make sure we have some supportive shoes on, comfortable clothing. Make sure you have a nice open space to complete today's class. If you have a water bottle, you can use that off and on throughout the whole class. And if you're a first-time exerciser, just make sure you do operate at your own pace. Take breaks as needed. And we're going to get started with a little warm-up today. So let's get our cardio warm-up begin. Let our cardio warm-up begin. We're going to start with a little march here. Just lifting the knees. You can pump your arms at your sides. Get everything loosened up today. All right, go ahead and take your march out wide next. A nice wide stance march. And we're going to walk that march stance back into about hip width distance apart. Very good. All right, let's bring hands to our hips next. We're going to tap heels out in front. So you're going to alternate sides, just a small heel tap, going back and forth. And we'll throw a little arms in here with the bicep curl. So heel tap, bicep curl. Very good. Let's bring the hands back to your hips, and we're going to transition this heel tap to a toe tap now. And we'll add the arms back in, so let's go ahead and reach to the front with each toe tap. Excellent. Let's bring those hands back to your hips. Now we're going to transition toe taps to side steps, moving left and right. And from here, we'll release the arms into a double arm swing. Nice and easy, side to side. And we'll take the arms, let's push right across the body. We'll stay about chest height for this one. Very good. We're going to bring those hands back to your hips. And let's transition from side to side with a heel curl. And let's add the arms back in with a bicep curl. So you're curling the heel up behind and bicep curl with the arms. Excellent. Hands can come back to your hips, and let's bring it back to that side step. We're going to go one arm at a time next, so let's take an arm. We're going to push right across your body, alternating sides. And if you'd like, we can reach that arm down and across. Good. Bring it back to chest height. We're still going across the body, one at a time. If you'd like more of a reach, we're going to take that arm up and over towards the ceiling. Excellent. Let's bring hands back to your hips now. We're going to start to slow the pace of your feet down. We're going to work a little mobility and neck. So feet are hip width distance apart. We're going to start with some gentle hip circles. So you rotate through the hips. Go in the same direction here to start. And let's bring those hip circles in the opposite direction. Same movement. Good. Last one here, and we'll return to a nice tall stance. Arms are going to elevate to about chest level. We're going to rotate through your torso now, side to side. Good. Returning to center. Let's relax the arms. We're going to shrug the shoulders up towards your ears and then bring them down and back. Good, and relax the arms. Feet should be about hip width distance apart. We're gonna bend through our knees. As we sweep the floor, you're gonna inhale your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale down. Let's do that one more time. Sweeping through the floor, inhale up. Exhale down. Great job. We're gonna start out with some strength movements next. So we'll begin with 3 upright position movements. We're gonna start with a squat. So feet are back to hip width distance apart. We're gonna be lowering here, so make sure the knees track the toes. As you sink through the lower body, hands can rise in front of you, and then we'll bring it back to a nice tall stance. We're gonna continue with these squats for about 30 seconds. You may begin. Making sure you're controlling on the way down and the way up. We're sitting down and back. Those knees aren't riding forward over your toes. Looking great. We got 5 seconds to go here. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to the top. Great job. We're going to move on to a march with a rotation next. So feet can stay about hip width distance apart. Option 1, we can keep hands on the hips as we drive the knee up and alternate sides. If you'd like a little more core work, we can bring that elbow across to the opposite knee with every march. Pick what works for you here. We're going to go for about 20 more seconds. Take your time side to side. Try to control each march. Nice soft feet as they come back to the floor. We have 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. Great job. So we're going to be moving left and right next with a lateral lunge. So we're going to start by going to our left. So with our left leg, we're going to take a big lateral step. We're going to bend with the knee here. The knee stays in line with the toe. We'll bring it back to the top, and then we'll go to the right. So we're going to alternate side to side lateral lunges for 30 seconds. You may begin. Now you can just simply step side to side if you'd like with a little knee bend, or you can lunge a little bit deeper. It's up to you. You got about 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. Great job. We're going to repeat those 3 one more round. So here we go with our squats again. Let's get the feet back to hip width distance apart. Again, lowering through our lower body. We're going to start here with 30 seconds of squats. You may begin. Remember, take rest as needed. Feel free to go at your own pace. Again, we're controlling on the way down, controlling on the way up. Imagine there's a seat behind you and you're sitting back to that seat. Hang tough with me. We got 5 seconds. 3, 2, last squat here, and 1. Great job. All right, we're going to be back to the marches next. So feet can stay hip width distance apart. Hands can be on the hips. Option 1 is you drive a leg up, alternating sides. If you'd like a little more core challenge, we're going to rotate side to side, bringing that elbow to your opposite knee. Hang tough. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Place both feet back on the ground. Take a short rest. Our last one before transitioning down to the mats is going to be our lateral lunges. So let's start by going to our left again here. We'll take a big lateral step with your left leg. Bend at the knee. We'll return to the top, and now we'll go to the right. So here we go. For 30 seconds, we're going to alternate sides. Looking great. We got 10 seconds left here. You got it. And 3, 2, 1. Great job. Reset to the top. Now's a great time if you'd like a drink of water. Feel free to grab that. We're going to transition down to the mats onto a tabletop position. So we'll be on hands and knees to get started here. As we line up, let's make sure knees go right below your hips. Hands fall in line right below your shoulders. We're going to start things off with the bird dog today. So opposing limbs are going to extend. If you're reaching that right arm to the front of the room, the left leg kicks to the back of the room. You'll reset, and then the opposite side will go. So let's alternate back and forth here. If you'd like a little more of a challenge, feel free to bring your elbow to your knee in between each repetition. Take your time transitioning side to side. You want to make sure you're in control of each movement. We got about 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Last one there. That's reset to the mat. We are going to get ready for a front plank next. So if you'd like, you can make your way down to your stomach. Our plank today can be done from your elbows and your toes or up on your hands. And if you'd like a modification, you can drop the knees and we can hold this position. It's a great resting position as well if you fatigue throughout our set. So we're going to go for 30 seconds here. Pick what works for you. Beginning in 3, 2, 1. You may start your plank. So I have a nice straight body alignment from my head the whole way down to my feet. I'm not rising with the hips or sinking into the low back. Everything's nice and aligned. My hands or my elbows are right below my shoulders. And time flies when you're having fun. We got 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. That's lower with control to the mat with your stomach. Great job. Let's extend your arms next. We're going to work on a swimmer movement next. So arms and legs are straight. You're going to pick up the right arm and the left leg off the ground. We're going to reset, and then the opposite side is going to lift. So you're going to go back and forth, side to side, with opposing limbs lifting. Spend about 20 more seconds here. You may begin if you have not. And 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. Great job. Let's transition to your side next. You can pick whatever side you'd like to start. We're going to be doing a side plank, so let's make sure this elbow is right below your shoulder. Our feet can either be stacked or staggered. And if you'd like, you can bend this bottom knee, keep the top leg straight, and hold this position. So that's your modified side plank. If you'd like to do the full side plank, we're going to bring our hips up off the ground and hold here. Spend about 30 seconds on each side. If you'd like, you can lift that top arm up to the ceiling. We're about halfway home here. You guys are doing great today. Five seconds to go. Hang in there. We have 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower to your mat. We're going to switch sides. Take your time getting there. So same movement, just on the opposite side. Once again, elbow right below your shoulder. Feet can be in whatever orientation you'd like. We're going to go for 30 seconds here, beginning in 3, 2, 1, and lift. Again, that top arm can float to the ceiling if you'd like. Nice straight body alignment again. If you need the rest, please take it, but hang tough here. We got 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. We are going to flip back to that tabletop position we started in. So we're going to go back for round 2 of each of those. So we're back to that tabletop, hands below your shoulders, knees below your hips, and we're right back into that bird dog. Opposing limbs extend, elbow to knee crunch if you'd like, and then switch sides. Doing great. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last repetition here. Good. Reset to the mat. We're back to our front plank. So once again, you can be elbows or hands, whatever works for you. Knees can drop if you need it. 30 seconds. We're going to begin our front plank in 3, 2, 1, and go. Like a challenge today, you can always alternate from elbows back up to hands. So if you're interested, give it a try. If not, you can simply just hold in either of those positions. We have just under 10 seconds. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Let's lower with control down to our stomachs. Once again, arms and legs are extended. You're back to that swimmer movement next. So once again, opposing limbs lift up off the ground. You reset, opposite side will go. Let's continue alternating here. We'll spend about 20 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. Great job. We're going to come to our side once again. We got one more side plank to do on each side. So once again, slide that elbow right below your shoulder. Feet can be stacked, staggered, or that bottom knee bent. For your modified plank, we're going to begin with 30 seconds on each side. In 3, 2, 1, and go. That top arm can float up to the ceiling if you'd like. Try to keep this nice, still position here. We got about 20 seconds to go. Make sure you take a nice deep breath as you hold this position. We have 3, 2, 1. And rest. We're going to transition to the opposite side. Same thing, opposite side, 30-second side plank, beginning in 3, 2, 1, and go. You got 20 seconds down, 10 seconds left. You got it. Keep giving it your all today. We have 3, 2, 1, and let's lower with control back to the mat. We are going to transition to our backs next. So take your time getting there. And we'll start on our backs with our knees bent and your feet down on your mat. Our first movement will be a glute bridge today. So with the feet about hip width distance apart, you're going to press into the feet, lifting the hips up off the mat. We have a nice straight line from our shoulders up to our knees, and then we'll lower with control. So we're going to continue this movement. If you'd like more of a challenge, you can always elevate one foot up to the ceiling.
you're doing single-legged glute bridges, let's switch to the opposite side. We're about halfway home. And 3, 2, 1. Let's lower with control. Take a rest here. Great job. Next, let's pick the feet up off of your mat. We're going to have about a 90-degree angle between your calves and your hamstrings. Feet stay about hip width distance apart. We're going to reach your arms straight up to the ceilings. My back is nice and flat to the mat. So this is our starting position. We're going to work on our dead bugs next. So opposing limbs will slowly extend. You're going to reset to the starting position, and then the opposite two will go. The key here is 2 limbs always stay in that starting position while the other 2 extend. You want to try to get those limbs nice and straight at the end. And take your time going side to side. Our core is engaged. Tough. We have 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's reset to the mat. We're going to straighten your legs out next. Arms are going to reach overhead. We're going to move into an X crunch. So you're going to be taking your right hand across towards your left foot. You'll reset, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So opposing limbs, once again, are reaching for one another. You're alternating back and forth. We're going to keep this going for about 20 more seconds. Do what you can. And 3, 2, 1. Great job. We'll rest back to the mat. We can bring our arms back to our sides. We're going to bend through your knees, placing the feet on the mat. Give you 2 options for our next movement, which will be a lumbar rotation. So you can keep the feet planted down as you alternate the legs side to side. If you'd like a little more of a challenge, elevate the feet, and we'll do the same thing going left and right with control, bringing the knees side to side. You want to keep both shoulder blades flat on your mat as you do this exercise. And we are looking good. We got just about 10 seconds to go here. Job. Take a rest. We're going to bring it back to center and straighten the legs out next. Arms are going to stay at your sides. Feet and knees are together. We're going to be lifting both feet straight up to the ceiling and controlling down with as much control as you can. If you'd like, you can bend the knees and do the same thing. It'll make it a little bit easier for you, or the legs stay straight. Just 10 seconds to go. You got it. And 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's place the feet back down on the mat. And when you are ready, we are going to transition back to that tabletop position. Once again, on hands and knees here. All right, we're going to work a little mobility. And again, so let's start with some cat-cows. We're going to inhale as you let the belly button dip towards the mat. We slightly lift the head and the tailbone. And then exhale as you round the back, pulling belly button to spine. Let's alternate back and forth for about 20 more seconds. Cow and cat breathing. last one here. And return to a neutral position for me. We're going to point your toes in towards one another. Let your knees walk out towards the edge of the mat. Sit back to your heels. Arms can extend or stay folded. You're going to bring forehead down towards your mat. We're going to hold a child's pose position. Take some good deep breaths. We're lengthening the spine with this pose. Slowly release that position with control. Let's bring it to a seated position next. We'll continue with some stretching and cool down here. All right, so legs are going to either be straight in front of you or crisscrossed, whatever works for you. We're going to take right hand over to your left thigh. That left arm comes behind. We're going to inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale to twist. Good. Resetting the center. Let's go left hand to your right thigh. Right arm behind. Nice and tall with an inhale. Exhale to twist. Good. We're going to return to center, slow and controlled. Straighten the legs out now if you have not already. We're going to pull those toes back towards you. From here, let's lift the arms up nice and high towards the ceiling. You're going to exhale as you reach towards your toes, stretching the hamstrings. Knees can be a little bit bent here if you'd like, or flat. You can always hold your ankles or your knees, whatever works for you. Good, and we're going to release that stretch nice and slow. Legs can crisscross again if you would like here. We're going to take our arms to our sides. Inhale and exhale as you gently shrug the shoulders up and roll them back. Good, last one there. Release the shoulders. Let's take the arms. You're going to inhale up. Exhale down. We'll do that again. Let's inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to bring arms back up to about shoulder height, reaching out nice and wide. Let's pull those elbows back, opening up the chest and the shoulders. Exhale as you wrap yourselves up with a nice big squeeze. Give yourself a well-deserved pat on the back. I want to thank you for joining the Willow Valley Community's fitness team today with Core Power. Stay tuned for tomorrow at 10 with yoga class. Thank you again for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.